Hi, my name's Deja and I'm a UNCP nursing student. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to wash your hands, why you should wash your hands, and when to wash your hands. So all about washing our hands. After this video, you're going to be the greatest hand washer in the world, and I'm going to teach you how, okay? So stay tuned. Let's get started now. So many of you may be asking, why should I even bother washing my hands? Well, the most important reason we wash our hands are because of, drumroll please, germs. Germs are everywhere, even when you can't see them. If you look down, there's even germs on your hands right now, unless you just, of course, washed your hands. But even then, there are a few germs left on your hands. But to get rid of most of them and the bad ones like the viruses and things like that, we want to wash our hands. Look at all those germs, guys. Okay, so like I said, the biggest reason we wash our hands are because of those little guys we call germs. So another question you may have is, how are these germs spread? How? So germs can be spread from people or surfaces like your doorknobs when you open your doors, or car doors, or anything that you can think of that you touch probably has germs on it. Cell phones are a big one that have a lot of germs on them. How are these germs spread? So when you touch your eyes or your nose or put your hands in your mouth, you can spread those outside germs to your inside, which you don't want to do because that's how you get sick. Another way is when you eat food before you washed your hands. That's not good. We always want to wash our hands when we're going to eat. They can also be spread when you blow your nose, or when you sneeze, or when you cough. Even when you do the little elbow thing, you'll still want to wash your hands after, because you can still spread it down your arm. It's just better to wash our hands when we're in doubt. The CDC says, which the CDC is the Center of Disease Control, they're the ones that kind of help us stay healthy and safe from all the diseases and sicknesses out there. They're kind of the ones that are over the whole coronavirus thing, trying to keep us safe and updating us on new symptoms. So they're really important. They tell us when we should wash our hands. So their guidelines for when we should wash our hands to get these germs off our hands is after we use the bathroom, after you touch your pets or your friends' pets or any animals. Say you went to the petting zoo, you just want to wash your hands because animals carry their own germs that we don't want those germs. After you blow your nose and sneeze and cough, like we said before, even when you do this, you still want to wash your hands. After you touch any type of trash, say you helped your mom or your dad gather up the trash on the table or take out the trash, you want to wash your hands after that so you can get all those nasty garbage germs. Okay, so we went over why we should wash our hands, how germs are spread, and also when we should wash our hands. We now need to go into, drumroll please, how do we wash our hands? So I have this little guide for us. Let's talk about it before we go into the bathroom and actually do it together. So first, we're gonna wet our hands when we get in there. We're just gonna stick them under water, get our hands wet with water. Then we're gonna apply our soap. Then we're gonna wash our hands for 20 seconds, rubbing our hands together, front to back, getting in there, getting in our nails. I'll do more of a demonstration when we get in the bathroom though. Then we're going to rinse well. We're gonna rinse off all the soaps, get all of the soap and things off. Then we're going to dry our hands with a paper towel or a towel if you're at home. And then we're going to use our paper towel to go ahead and turn off the faucet. So we don't want to turn off the faucet with our freshly washed hands because our hands are clean now and the faucet has germs. Now we're in the bathroom and we're going to remember our steps, wet our hands, apply our soap, wash our hands for 20 seconds, rinse well, dry your hands, and then turn off the water with the paper towel. Okay? So let's get started. First thing, we're going to turn on the faucet. Warm water is the best because we don't want it too hot, and then cold water doesn't kill very many germs. So warm water. So just test it a little. So now we're going to get our hands nice and wet. Next, step 2, we're going to apply our soap. Get your soap, get some in your hand. Then next, step 3, we're going to wash our hands together. Get it on the backs and the fronts, even in between. So here's when we can sing the happy birthday song, or we could just count to 20. Let's count to 20 together. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, 11 Mississippi, 12 Mississippi, 13 Mississippi, 14 Mississippi, 15 Mississippi, 16 Mississippi, 17 Mississippi, 18 Mississippi, 19 Mississippi, and 20 Mississippi. Now I'm saying Mississippi in between just so we don't count too fast. Now that we're at 20, we can rinse our hands at step 4. Make sure you get all of the soap off. Next, we're going to dry our hands. I'm going to use paper towel, but you can use a towel too if you're at home. Dry them off really good. And then our last step is to use our paper towel to turn off our faucet. And then throw the paper towel away. Or hang the towel back up if you're at home and using a towel. We washed our hands. We learned how to wash our hands. We learned about germs. We learned about when and where germs are spread and how they're spread. So what happens if I'm in the car and I don't have a sink to wash my hands? You can use hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer. But an important thing to remember with hand sanitizer is to make sure that it has at least 60% alcohol. And you can get your friend, your brother, or your sister, or your parents to help you look at the label to see how much alcohol is in there. So, quickly, how we would use hand sanitizer is we would just squirt some in our hand. I'd say about a dime amount. Hands aren't too big. And then we would rub them together, just like we did before when we were washing our hands at the sink. But make sure that you rub them together until they're completely dry, because that's the part that's going to help kill all of the germs. If they're not completely dry, then the hand sanitizer can't work as well. So, things to remember. Always remember, washing your hands is way better than using hand sanitizer, but hand sanitizer is effective. Remember that we wash our hands to stop the spread of germs, because when we stop the spread of germs, then we also can stop sickness from spreading. Remember that germs can be anywhere and everywhere, even when we can't see them. And we also need to remember that when in doubt, just wash your hands. If you can't remember, did Deja say that I should wash my hands after I go use the bathroom? Just wash your hands just in case. It can't hurt. So thank you for watching, and I know that you are all great, best hand washers in the world due to this video. Thank you. Hope this helped.